So tutorial, this is the full version, the demo of the Razsoft point of sale. So after installation, then we take our first login. So you log in with your username and the password. So basically, if you enter a wrong user details, it tells you incorrect password or username. Okay, incorrect username or password. So you just enter the correct details, then hit on enter, or you click on the login. So this is our home screen, which is our main screen. Okay, so I'll be taking you through the steps one by one. So we can begin with the inventory. So I'll take you through all the features concerning this Razsoft point of sale software. So we have add new item. So when you come to the add new item, basically you are adding new item to stock. So you can begin to create a new item. So we can say mp3 music box. Okay, then which category? So you can manually add category or unit of measure or department here. Okay, so we have category. So assuming the mp3, we don't have any category for the mp3s. Okay, devices which are mp3 players, we don't have any category for it. We can just create like music player. So that will be the category. So when you check the list here, you will not see it inside, but you see this circle here. When you click on it, that's reflection. So I click on it, it will appear. So you can see it here. That's the last item added, the music player. So inside the units of measure, so the units of measure, you can just say box, and then department. It's not necessarily the quantity, the selling price. You can say 520, and then your markup, the row order point, then expiry date. So assuming the product have expiry date, you can just quickly fix in the expiry date, and then have the vendor, which is the same as the manufacturer or the supplier. So you can type or you add the unit cost of the product. So we can say we bought it at, let's say we bought it at 410, and then right now we are selling it for 520. Then we click on add. So mp3 music box added. Okay, so basically this is how you add the product. You can add the picture. You just double click the upload. Okay, and this symbols here stands for reflection. So as me come to the category department or the unit, and then the department column, what you have to do is just, after you create it, your department, your category, your unit, then you come here to reflection. It will appear for you to select, or you can easily type it. It's not necessary for you to select them by, you can type it. Maybe category, you can say let's just say player. Okay, so you can just type it and save. It's not necessary, but it's just a shortcut way for you to quickly proceed. So we've added an item. Let's check it out from our stock. So when we come to the stock, you can see that's the 9th item. Here is it, music box. So you can edit the price here. You can edit the reorder point, the date, the markup. You can edit, or you click on the edit button. see it. When you click on the edit button, the item will come, then you do your necessary edit. So whatever editing you are doing is recording. You can see it here, history. So the history, we did an inventory, quantity 0, quantity before 0, the date, and then the person who does it. Okay, so that's one benefit of this point of sale. And when you come to the inventory side also, you come to the same inventory column, you check item history, or you check the item history. So when you come to the item history column, you will see everything that has been going on being recorded, whether the item has expired, it has been sold, it has been received, it has been purchased from a new supplier, adjusted, or anything. It appears here. Okay, so this is just an item that are in our stock now, so we can just begin to take some actions for you to see. Then so inventory, we've done the add new item, we have done the category, the item list. So basically the item list here show you all the items in your stock. Okay, so that's the item list, which gives you all the items in your stock. Then we come to the, okay, we've went to the history already, and then the item price changes. So assuming there is a price change of items and it has been changed in the system, it appears here, and the quantity which has been sold under that particular item will reflect there. You understand? So for example, let's sell 80 AM printer. Okay, payment, let's say, okay, let's just go by cash. Okay, you can choose Momo, save only, inventory, price changes, so not yet reflecting. So when you come to receive items, so receive items, we don't have any supplier, so we quickly add supplier, because it's very important for you to select your supplier. So you click on add new supplier, they type the supplier, and let's say Razsoft supplier. Okay, let's just say Razsoft. You can add the contact and email and everything also, but let's do it faster. So we've added our supplier. So the same icon here, when you click, there's no supplier, but when you click on the cycle symbol, it reflects. Okay, so you see Razsoft in there. Then the invoice number, we can just say 001, and then the date of the invoice, and then the payment, whether it has been paid or not paid. So we said it's paid. Then we start by what? Adding our item that we are buying from Razsoft. So quantity, the item cost, that's the total cost of the item. So let's say the total cost of the two quantity is 580. So if it's 580, meaning the rate of each item is 290, and our markup with input for the item is 1.4%. Okay, so it means we have to sell it for 406 cedis. And you can see this is our old selling price, so you can see there's a change of price. You understand? So add it. Then let's add another one item, Razsoft POS. So quantity 1, so 650. So 650. So right now it's selling for what? 910 and our old price is 650. So you can adjust the selling price here. You can do 8,000 so this, and then the date you can change your expiry date. Whenever there's a change of expiry date, this gives you expiry notifications. Okay, then add. So you can put on hold. Maybe you are doing something else, so you want to later come back and continue, just put on hold. And when you put on hold, you see it has sent to held. So when you go to held, invoice is there for you. Okay, it's there for you. And when you go back home, so let me take you back home, and this is how some messages column and messages notification works. So you can see invoice on hold 1. Okay, and instead, so go to receive invoice, then put on hold, then held. You get it? So when you come to the receive invoice, so we put on hold, then what, held. So this is the invoice that we put on hold. So we can just unhold the invoice. So we unhold, and we get our held invoice back. Then we proceed by doing our necessary entry. Okay, so while you are there, you can choose to save and print the invoice out, or you can choose to save only. So we are saving this invoice only. Okay, so now let's come back home. Let's go to the item history. So here we are. So let's filter for today. So you can see the date is 24th of November. So let's apply. So it means these items were touched on this particular day. You see, so our inventory was 00. Our new purchase from Razsoft was 2, and then the quantity before was 2. So we have quantity in stock 2. Okay, so Razsoft POS 80 receipt paper roll. So we'll begin to sell those items. So we have 60 gigabyte laptop and then Razsoft POS. Let's sell these 2 items we receive in stock. So in selling, we say 60 600 gigabytes. So it's 600 gigabytes. So if you have a barcode, you just scan, no need for you to type again. The they have Razsoft POS. So you can adjust the quantity here, maybe 2. You can adjust it, or if you want to give a discount, you can just come to discount column. Then your discount percent, if it is 5%, you just input 5%. If it is 10%, you input 10%. Okay, and assuming you want the customer name to appear on the receipt, you just come here and select your customer. But right now we don't have any customer in our list, so we leave it like that. So in the if it is empty, it is still the same as working customer. Then you choose your payment, then click on save and print, or you save only. So maybe let's print out this receipt. Let's see how the receipt template looks like. So if you have a printer installed, you just go to hardware settings. So before you print it, you go to hardware settings, then you choose your printer. So right now I have chosen a particular receipt printer for the POS system already, so it's going to print directly to the printer. So you can choose to change it back to maybe PDF. So let's see if the item price changes. So you see the item price changes, so meaning the current prices that has taken place, these are the quantities that has been sold, but the current price changes. We've sold this under the current price, so any price that change, you get to know that okay, so when the price was like this, I sold this number of quantity. When the price was like, I sold this number of quantity. So this helps you know the kind of profit margin or a business, how your prices are being managed. Okay, so I think we've been to stock already. So when you come to stock, we have edit. We've done that action. So this action, you can zero the reorder point. You can set it to 0 automatically. You can apply a tax amount to the product, and then you can assign a particular markup for your business. Maybe you are going to use 1.4 throughout your business, you just set it automatically here. And then we have add new term. We've done it, the category, expiry, and damages. So when an item expire, you just come here and edit. When you come here and you choose on edit, so it will give you the items date. This is the date the item is going to expire. Maybe it has damage, so you just choose damage, the quantity that's damage, then you input the quantity. So you save only, or you save and print it out. Save and print it out. So all depends on you, and this is a simple history of it, that you receive inventory, and then you can filter close to expiring. So next month there's no item. Let's say next 10 months, no items. Next 12 months, let's see. So in the next 12 months, which is a year time, these items are going to expire. So you can see it's 11/26, and we are in the 11th 2025, 11th month 2025. So you can choose to export them to Excel, or you print them out, so I can take them from the shelf and start doing something to it. And then we come to the stock report. So when you come to the stock report, so this gives you summarization of your items. So items that are cable, and then the devices, these are the categories. It categorizes it for you, so you know that okay, no, I have this number of items under pack. So you get to know the quantity under each category and under each group, or per the size of the item. You get to know the quantity. And now you go to the stock item summary. It gives you the total cost of all the items in your stock. So you can see this item, you have the 600 GB laptop hard disk, we have quantity 2, and one cost 406 cedis. So when you multiply by that, you get the 800 also, meaning you have this amount in your stock. So this gives you the summarization of items, total quantities in stock. So this is our total stock value. So we have this amount in our stock which we need to sell. Okay, so this when you check the down here, you can see stock value, stock sold out, stock pending, and then the profit. So that's it. You can view deleted items. Items that have been deleted will appear here, and then negative items. So this item is negative. You can edit, you just input the quantity, and if you edit, it will reflect at item history that has been adjusted. So let's make it 4. Okay, that's 680 receipt paper roll. Okay, so let's go to the item history. So the item history takes charge of anything you are doing in the system. So when someone just assume, oh, I can do this, they will not see. It's a lie. So here is it, adjustment, the date. Okay, adjustment. So the person adjusted it. Quantity before was -20, has changed to 4. So you can see our quantity in stock now is 4. Oh, sorry. A minute. Okay, and then so we can export to Excel. So let's export this 9 item to Excel and see. Sorry, because of the recorder I'm using, and my system is a little bit slow. So when you're exporting to Excel, just allow, when there's a highlight, like you just allow it automatically export everything and then release the highlight. So you can see it has finished exporting. So this is our items that were exported from the stock. So this is it. You can check. Okay, so that's our export. See, we can import. In case you have other list of items, just make sure the category, the column names are same as this, then just import, and that's so you don't have to be working double. So inventory manage, so start physical inventory stock taking. Okay, so with this you can filter maybe items and amounts. Okay, so when you type or in the list, if there's no items and amounts, it will not show. Okay, so let's see here, cable. So you can see all items under cable appears, but when you select all, so all items will show. All items will appear. Same apply to the filter, the unit column. Maybe you want items that are sold per pack. So if you do it like this, all items that are sold per pack will be listed. You see it, and we have option. This option you can export. So choosing export, you have the standard, and then you want to export category, or which category do you want to export. Maybe you want to export desktop category. So all items under desktop category will be exported for counting. So you know that, oh, okay, this person is going to desktop side to count all our desktop devices. Okay, so that's it. And then so if it's gonna count, so the count, maybe the person went and count 2 in a year, the person went and count 3, in a year the person went and count 1. So you can see the quantity difference here. So here we are shorting by 1, we are shorting by, and here we are having excess of 2. So you can do this editing and you can change the date too as well. So when you are done, they click on save. So this new count is the quantity that's going to take effect in the stock. Okay, so you have VGA cable. So let's click on save and see. Inventory updated. So when you come to the item history, so we have VGA cable here. So when I double click on the VGA cable, you'll see physical inventory. So our physical inventory was 2 and the quantity before was 0, so the new quantity is taking effect, which is the 2. That's the physical inventory, which means you are taking a physical stock. So right now let's go to the printer and other devices items. So I was using the ATM receipt printer, that's a thermal printer, so you can change it. So let me use Microsoft PDF, so you can test it and see how it appears. Or you just click on save. So our new printer is Microsoft Print to PDF. Okay, then we have server. So this is our server, and then if you are connected to any network, it will indicate here. Okay, the network will indicate here, and then the IP address to make a smooth remote connection. So we've done the inventory. Now purchasing, we have received new invoice. We've done one already. We can return purchase. So when you return a purchase, you just enter the invoice number. Let's say 001. So this is the invoice 001. So you just click on the items on that invoice and then you input your quantity. So you see, you cannot return more than quantity 1 because the quantity we bought from the supplier was 1. Right now we want to return 10. It's not possible. So you can either return the 1, it will allow you to return the 1. So when you are done, you return only, or you return and print a copy. Okay, so that's how the return is. And then we have purchase history. So when you come to the purchase history, this is how it looks. So we have invoice. It's so the invoices are all going to be here as a history. So this is invoice number 1. We have number of items 3, the quantity. You can show details. So as you want to expand and see the item, you just click on show details and you get to see the items on that particular invoice. Or you are looking for an invoice you want to search, quickly click on the search invoice. You input the invoice number, then hit on the search, and you're able to see the invoice, the date you received the invoice number, the supplier, the item name, the quantity, the rate, amount, and then the invoice date. That's the date on the invoice. Okay, then purchase return, paid and due invoices. So when you come here, you see invoices that are not paid will appear here, and then the paid, when you click on the paid, you see invoice that has been paid here, so you can say it here. So this is also how it reminds you of invoices, or it groups invoices according to payments. We've done search invoice, we've added new supplier, so you can view your suppliers. You can edit, and then you can see your supplier purchase history. So when you come here, you see the invoices from that supplier all will be here, and then when I click on details, it expands for you to see all items being bought from that supplier. Okay, so that's the supplier history. You can edit, you can delete, and then you can export your supplier, or you just come suppliers, the same thing, or you go to the purchasing site, then hit on the suppliers. And then you have cash drawer. So when you come to the cash drawer, you have the drawer accounts, and then the employee deletions. So you can filter according to date. So today this is the number of receipts, and then items sold, return, we not do any return, discount, no discount, net sales, the tax, no tax. So these are sales for today. So you can adjust the date to maybe a period of time, then you click on apply. So within this whole period, still we haven't sold anything. So these are the only sales made from that period. And then we talk of the employee sales. So admin, so you click on show details, you will see all items sold by that employee for that particular day or for that period. These are the items, but when you group it, this is the total. So maybe admin came for morning shift, you will know, say okay, morning shift they are making this amount. Understand? You can print and you can export it to Excel. And they have sales count, view sales payment account. So we have sales payment, we have the cash, we have the Momo. You can print it out. So this basically, when you are printing or saving a sales, you choose payment method. So if you choose cash, or payments under cash from your business operating at the end of the year or of a period, you could know, say okay, I've received this amount of cash, I received this amount of money, I received this amount of check, I received this amount of Visa card. And these are the reports: sales report, sales receipt, sales payment receipt. Let's see the sales report. So with the admin, you can show items and then the payment method. So you can see the receipt number and then the payment, the person paid by Momo cash. So with this you can trace any error or any problem from anywhere. And then the payment summary for maybe today. So our total cash supposed to be this, and our total Momo supposed to be this. So with this, it makes it easy for you to know the amount going to each account. Okay. And then the policy, we did the purchasing, we've done it. Purchasing summary. Okay, let's see the summary. So with this purchase summary, all invoices will be here. When you view selected invoice, you'll be able to see the invoice items on the invoice. So this is an expand form of what our purchases summary. And then under the report, you have item statistics, item summary, price changes, expired items. So let's see the item statistics. So here's the item statistics. So how the item is selling. Everything will be shown here. So you can see, so if the item reach a limit of maybe from 1,000 and above, it will show for, it will be rating itself. Okay, it will rate. When the item is performing well, it will start rating for star 1, star 2, star 3, star 4 to star 5. And then when you click on top items, these are top selling items, or these items move faster, you can see it. And they have top highest item sales. So you can see that it's arranged as top 5. You can see maybe top 80, but basically these items sell faster. Okay, so that's a statistic to stock report end of day. So this is our end of day report. So all end of day you do comes here, so we can run end of day reports. So this is our end of day for today, which is so let's say 1100. When you click on next, it gives you the difference. So you can say sales for 24th November 2025 is averaged by 50 cedis. Okay, you can choose to save or you rectify it. So if it happens that all the figures are the same, it will not prompt you. You just save. Okay, so if you want to do the end of day for same date, let's see, save. You see, end of day for already done. To make changes, go to end of day reports. Okay, so let's view end of day. You see it. So you want to do any edit, it will show here. So you can see old system sales and then new system sales, and then we have our old count and then our new count. So if you sell anything new, or in case someone backdate, so this end of day will also help you track any form of malpractice in the system. So it's the same date we are selling new item. So here is the change date, so you can change the date. So you can see changing date only affect this sales receipt. So if you are changing the date, you can change it to any date you want, but what we are using the same date today, so we are adding another value of 411 cedis. Okay, so we can choose to select this one as Momo, save only. Now let's go back and run end of day again. So you can see the value have changed. Fine, 1461. So we are also getting the same amount. Now click on save. You can never rerun an end of day anymore. So with only admin access, or the person which have access to end of day to review report and to run end of day, will be the only person to access it. So you can see old system says this is the first end of day we've done, and then the old count. So meaning there's a problem, someone backdated or what sold something on that day again. So how do you trace it? So you can quickly come to your item history. So you select items for that day, so you can view each item one by one, but for short and simple way, you just go to sales receipt. Here is it. So this give you individual number of receipts in the system that has been captured for that day. So we are using today's date. Okay, now you can identify it by individual records. So you come to the employee sales, so you'll be able to know the difference. So meaning admin have made extra sales on that day. If you use a different person to, it will appear. Okay, so you'll be able to know that, oh, okay, this person have made SSS again. And then when you check your sales payment account or sales payment method, okay, report sales payment summary. So for today, we know our cash is this because we've done the end of day already, so we'll know. But later, as you came, you see that no, there's Momo. The Momo value of what I've changed for that day. So you'll be able to know that, oh, okay, then there's meaning someone sold something on that day, and then you quickly find out. So that's for the sales account and profit and loss. Okay, so you have profit and loss here, so you can filter from so we have our sales, this is our sales, and then this is our purchases. So we purchased 1,460, okay, and we've made a total of 1,461. So our actual profit or our profit on that item is 1,000 is 1 cedis. If you do the subtraction, you will see the difference here is just 1, which is our profit. But our profit in the system is what is left with 1,459 cedis. But then we still have quantities in the system, those items that we've bought on or purchased. We still have some quantities to sell to make huge profit. So the actual profit due is what pending. You will see is pending, and this is the amount of profit you are going to earn after selling those purchased items. Okay, now we come to company settings. You can import items, company settings. So when you come to the company settings, we have your company name and other info. So I can say WhatsApp, I can add my WhatsApp number. Can add my WhatsApp number. So I can add my WhatsApp number, then save. Then with the mode of payment, we are using cash and Momo, so I can add new. So I can say Visa card. Can add card. So create account. So we have added Visa card, and then option. You can create a new company, but when creating, go first backdate. Okay, first backdate. So you can confirm by deleting your company data. So you first have to enter the admin password. So you enter to recover data, perform a backup or export stock. Are you sure to create a new company? All data records will be deleted. No. Okay, so that's the company side. And then we have when you come to the same company, user security rule. So this is our user rules. Admin automatically have all the user access in the system. Okay, admin operates everything, wants every right to the system to people, so you can't change it. If you try to change it, the system will close. That form particularly will close. And then you can view your users. Okay, this is our log edit. So assuming an employee log into the system to show when the person change date. You could remember I was trying to change the date, so it will tell you I've changed the date, I've touched it. So the log edit report will also capture it that so and so have touched the date. Get it? So you can view your users. Right now we only have admin, so we can add a new user. So our new user will be Razsoft. So to speed up, I'll just use Razsoft throughout. contact, you can add contact email. So you can say Razsoft at pos.com. okay, then the login name, we'll use Razsoft. The password, we'll just use some simple. So you can show password in case if you type a wrong password. Let's add another word and see. So which access are you giving Razsoft? You can give Razsoft the manager. Save. Password does not match, press re-enter. So make sure all passwords are matching. Then save. Okay, Razsoft registered successful. So you can assign role for Razsoft. When you check in now, Razsoft will be in the list. So when you start Razsoft, you'll be able to see the access given to Razsoft. You can see some access are no, and some are yes. So we've added Razsoft. Close. Let's see something. So let's log out admin. And then now log in with Razsoft. Okay, it's Razsoft. So if you check, you could see some restriction. So Razsoft cannot see item history, price changes, good to stock, but can manage close to expiry. See, but cannot edit. You can see there's no edit for Razsoft. Can only view, but cannot edit. The edit button is not going to work for Razsoft. Can filter close to expiry unless you give that access. And the purchasing cannot receive invoice, cannot purchase, can only add supplier, but cannot delete. See, and then can view stock reminders for purchasing. Can only view items that are out of stock. So basically there's a restriction of user access. So you, the administrator, when creating accounts for your users, you can then set those access. So set printer and server expiry notification. You can choose to turn it on. When you turn it on, you'll be getting notification. It will be popping up that so items are close to expiry or have expired. Those that expire will tell you that it has expired. Those are close will tell it is close to expiry. You can change password. So this is basically the user role. So can view item list. I'm not sure can export, no. So they can view but cannot export. So Razsoft can view item history. Because of the administrator rule. Okay, so let's log out. So you will see admin. Many admin have been using the system for frequently. So admin quickly will be the selected user always. So maybe when Razsoft also uses the system frequently, the login captures Razsoft as a frequent user, which will be selected always. So let's go to the user role. It's here. Let's select the Razsoft. So you see set history is yes. So let's let's give Razsoft all the access. Okay, so we are giving Razsoft all the user access. So Razsoft cannot view purchase history, can track supplier, so when you are done, then you click on the done button. So if you log out again, so you can either type your username on Razsoft. So when it's happening, you can just press the tab key, then to enter, and then you continue. So we are logging back into Razsoft and see. So you can see all access has been granted for Razsoft as the new user. So Razsoft also have a full access to the system. So that's the user role. Right now, let's sell. So we are coming to sell. So we have, okay, let's add some customer. I'll be doing some tool demonstration about the receipts. So we have customers, add. So we have Mr. Razsoft. Okay, let's add contacts. We can add contacts and then email address and others. So depending on your requirement, you can leave it, or you can add the contact of the customer. Say this is an inventory system, it's kind of advisable to add. So you can edit later and then add the contact and then maybe email address. Okay, so we have updates. So you can see customer sales history. So this keeps tracks of how frequent the customer buys from you. It gives you how frequent the customer buys from you. So you get to keep a track, and these people are special. You can give them an award or some promotions, discount promotions and others. So we have, let's sell some list of items. So quantity, you can choose to change the quantities here, like I said. So simple editing, or you can just come here and change the quantity. So assuming this is not the actual price of the item and it has changed, you can please input the correct price over there, maybe 530. Okay, you can give discounts and you can apply new quantity here. So you can change the quantity with 2, then you click on OK. So here is it. So this is going to be our first receipt. So you can use shortcut key like F11. So you can see when you press F11, it will save only, but when you press F12, it will save and print the receipt for you. So you can see I press on the F11 bar, because you haven't selected our payment method of payment. So payment not selected, you click on OK, then you come to your payment, then select. So I'm choosing Visa card. So right now I can press on F12 to print receipt. So that's the format of you saving or processing the sales after you search and select your item. So you can search by barcode. You just scan it, it will select the item. Then when you are done, you click on payment. So you select either the person is paying by Momo, Cash or Visa. Then you select it according to the payment method. So you can enter the amount you can see paid by Visa card, the amount the person gave you. Maybe if it's cash, the person gave you a cash of 4,000, so this meaning you accept the 4,000, but you will give a change. So the system will tell you to give a change of so and so. Okay, so that's basically how the payment process is done. So let's save our receipt. Because I've changed the printer to Microsoft Print to PDF, so I'll save it to a folder that I name print. You can see we don't have any receipt in the folder, so I will name it sales 1. So this is a working customer sales receipt. So then I'll click on save. So if the receipt contains multiple pages, it will print according to the pages for you. To print first page, continue printing until the last page is printed. So if you have your printer installed, simple printing method. So let's wait for the process to complete. The system is actually fast, but because of my connections, that's why it's a little bit delaying. So when I stop using the recorder, what I'm using to stream this demonstration or this tutorial for you is very fast, very fast. So we come to the print. This is the folder. This is the print folder. So I'll click and open the print folder. The recorder I'm using is it's a little bit stronger than my requirement, so basically that's how it happens. So I have my receipt here, so that's the print. This is just one that I've saved. So without wasting time, I'll just have to open and see how it looks like. What a system. So let me open the receipt for you. Let's see how the receipt looks like. So the size of the paper roll is 80 mm. Okay, it's an 80 mm thermal receipt printer, so you can use X printer, which is a popular POS receipt printer. It's very fast. So whilst we wait for the receipt, we can at least be doing other things. So we can print a new receipt. Okay, I think the first one is ready. It's still loading. So with this one we can select a customer. So let's select our customer here, Mr. Razsoft, and then we'll choose our payment, cash, save and print. So this is the first receipt we've printed. So this is our first receipt. Okay, so the second one is about to save, so let me quickly save the second one. So I'm naming this one sales 2. So this is the receipt for the first one. You can see it. The first receipt we've saved. So this is the first receipt. You can see it. So you can reprint this receipt by going to item history or the sales history. Sales history. When you go to sales history, you can reprint that receipt. So this is our sales history. History. So this is the sales receipt. So we have the first receipt. This is it, the first one. This is the printout. Okay, that was receipt number 4. So let me close it. If you check here, you can see it's working, but if you check the second one, you can see the customer names appear, Mr. Razsoft. You can reprint it, return this receipt. You can return it, and the quantity will reflect back into the stock, and then you can export the receipt too. So when you come to the customers says, so like I explained earlier on how the customer buys from you to record your details, so you get to know the items the customer bought from you. Okay, so let's see the second sales receipt. That's the sales 2. So the sales 2 bears the customer's name. The sales 2 bears the customer's name. So when you are done with the sales, now return sales. So like I said, you can return sales, as mean the person was not buying again, or the person have a change of mind, want to return the receipt. You can quickly come to return receipt. So we have receipt number 4. So here are the items. So you click on the item, the quantity. So the customer is returning 1, or the money is not enough, so the customer is returning 1. You click on it, then you select. Same applies to. So you click on add. Then when you are done, you can save and print, or you save only. So we are saving only. So you can see we are returning UCOM 2.0 USB gaming pad, and then the Razsoft POS software, we are returning it. So this is our second receipt, which is ready to view. Okay, let me expand this. So as you can see, it bears the customer's name, Mr. Razsoft. So this is the item the person bought. Okay, so that's it. So with this, you can issue it to the customer for claims, because already it has the customer's name on it boldly. Okay, so that's our printing of receipt. Then we also have so we can view our returns. So you come to report, you come to sales returns. So when you come to the sales returns, when you go there, it shows you all the items that have been returned, the receipt number, and then the quantity. So here is it, you can see the returns that has been made. Okay, and then we come to the item history. It gives you knowledge of how. So we've returned 2.0 USB UCOM gaming pad. So when you click on this item, the 2.0 USB, you can see inventory 0, quantity sold, we sold 2, and we've returned 1. You get it, and the person who returned is Razsoft. Okay, so we have -1 in stock. What next? I've spoken about return sales and the credit customers. So you can also sell on credit. You can also sell on credit. Maybe the person doesn't have cash now. You select the item 4.4 G universal Wi-Fi router is set. So you just click on sell on credit. Then you select the customer, Mr. Razsoft. So currently Mr. Razsoft is not having any bill. So this is the first bill. You click on save. So it's asking print receipt for customer. You understand? Print receipt for customer. So either you say yes or no. So it depends on your choice. So print receipt for customer, yes, no. So no. So we've sold that item on credit. When you go to the item history, or later when you are looking for credit, item history is there. The item history is there to tell you that this item has been credited to this person, and so we have 4G USB universal Wi-Fi. Okay, so when I click on show details, you will say it here, credit Mr. Razsoft, and the person credited it. And then when you come to the credit customers, so this is the credit number you can use to track. So this is the item that has been credited to this customer. So either you can return the credit or you can mark it as paid. Yes, I want to mark it as paid. So right now I rectified it as paid. Okay, I rectified it as paid, so successful. Payment done. So when you come to paid customers, it will reflect here as paid, and this sales will reflected into the system as credit paid. So you can see it. So here it is. So it's reflecting as being sold. It has been paid today. Okay. So the stock item list, we've done it. Stock reminders, we've done it. So with the stock reminders, when you go to the stock reminders, you can make order. So just click on make order, then you begin to add your quantities. So assuming there's an item that is not reflecting in your order list, you can manually add it. So you can say pen drive, then what we add the unit cost, because we want to estimate our order cost. So if you add the unit cost, it will help you. Then you click on add. So we now have our pen drive added. You say it. So while you're done, you can print the list out or you export it to Excel. And this is a calculator, the POS calculator that I can use to do your calculation. 5 times 2, 10. Okay. The same way when you come to the cell, you're going to make sales. The calculator is there. Here is it. Either you click on the calculator symbol, you come here and then click on calculator. Okay. And then assuming you are exchanging a shift, quickly you just click on your user here, then you click on switch user. You can log out, switch user. So I am switching this sales receipt to admin. So you have to enter the username and then the password. So you enter the user password, then you log in. If it's correct, you can see the login name now has changed to admin. So our current user for this receipt who takes over is admin, which will reflect in the sense as the new user or the person who is now selling. Okay. why this error?